Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Haley is off. Our top story tonight, a Bradenton mother charged with murdering her 11-year-old daughter takes a plea deal. Keshana Thomas is accused of not only killing her daughter, but also hiding her body in a locked freezer for months. ABC 7's Kate Flexter was at this afternoon's hearing and joins us live from the Manatee County Courthouse with more on what happened. Kate?
Well, good evening, Scott. As expected, Keshana Thomas accepted that plea deal today. But first, let's take a look back at some of the details of this case. So this started back in October of 2015 when 11-year-old Janiyah Thomas went missing. Ultimately, law enforcement found her body in a freezer. The autopsy showed Janiyah only weighed 44 pounds when she died. Her mother, Keshana Thomas, is charged with second-degree murder, child abuse, and abuse of a dead body. Through tears today in court, Thomas accepted that plea deal. She said it's because she doesn't want to put her kids through a trial.
I think this was certainly the most horrific child death I ever was involved in the prosecution of.
I think it's good on both ends, but you know, at the same time, these kids they'll never be normal. I mean, the trauma that they went through under that parent and just the stuff that they saw, so it'll still probably be rough for those kids.
Thomas will now serve 65 years in prison. Reporting live in Manatee County, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Today marks the one-year anniversary of a shooting in Punta Gorda that claimed the life of a beloved retired librarian. 1 year ago, 73-year-old Mary Knowlton was accidentally shot and killed by a Punta Gorda police officer during a citizens training demonstration. Officer Lee Cole said he thought the gun was loaded with blanks, but it instead had real bullets. Since then, Cole has been fired. He's facing manslaughter charge, and the police chief remains on paid administrative leave and was acquitted of culpable negligence charges. Today, the city of Punta Gorda released this statement about the shooting, which says in part, Mary was such a vibrant part of our community and will always be remembered fondly. The city's internal investigation, led by the police department's internal affairs team, is ongoing. We do not expect it to take much longer, but we owe it to our community to make sure it is thorough. Cole is charged with negligent manslaughter with a firearm and is expected to face trial next February. A jury found Police Chief Tom Lewis, again, not guilty of culpable negligence. Right now, there's a serious crash that's backing up traffic for miles in North Manatee County. This is on Interstate 75. It's just north of State Road 64 before you get to the Manatee River. We understand that all northbound lanes are closed right now while a medical helicopter lands to take those injured to nearby hospitals. Remember, you can find out about serious crashes like this one and important road closures instantly on your phone. Just download our My Suncoast app. You'll get traffic alerts, important news updates, and other weather forecasts delivered directly to your phone. In other news, 1 in 5 students between the ages of 12 and 18 experience cyberbullying. It's a new kind of bullying that's easier to carry out, but much harder to discover. Skip Wilhoit with the Safe Schools organization works hand in hand with Manatee County School District. He says nationally, more than 160,000 children miss school every day out of fear of being bullied. Wilhoit also says children who are cyberbullied are more likely to skip school, use alcohol and drugs, have low self-esteem, or health problems. And a new messaging app is not helping in the fight against cyberbullying. Users who have the app Saraha can send messages anonymously. It's rated for users 17 and up, but many children are downloading it and using it to bully others.
When a student is a victim of cyberbullying, it really impacts the student's ability to perform in school. And whether it takes place inside of school or outside of school, we're allowed to intervene in order to help protect our students.
Parents can set parental controls on their children's iPhones. For a full list of steps on how to change those settings, just go to our website, look for this story at mysuncoast.com. Manatee County students go back to class tomorrow, and when they do, they'll likely have some homework. One school board member brought up the idea of copying a North Florida county's new policy of no homework for elementary school students. But during last night's board meeting, Manatee School Superintendent Dr. Diana Green shared her philosophy on homework. Green believes teachers should have the final say on homework load. With a number of mandates from the federal and state levels, she stressed that school administrators and teachers can come up with homework policies to fit their students' specific needs.
I believe it's the classroom's teacher responsibility, and it should lie with them. They're the ones with the students 5 days a week.
The no homework policy made headlines when Marion County decided to get rid of its in its elementary schools. Manatee County's newest high school now has a new name. Last night, the school board approving the name North River High School. The school will be built in Parrish, a fast-growing area north of the Manatee River. It's scheduled to be open in about 2 years, just in time for the start of the 2019 school year. School officials still need to hire a principal, choose a mascot, and select school colors. Let's get a check now on our Suncoast weather. This afternoon, a little drier. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more on our forecast.
Yeah, a late start. Again, looks like we could see some showers and storms around late tonight as the East Coast breeze makes it over. But it's hot. 102. That's what it feels like right now when you factor in that high dew point, 75 degrees. Winds are out of the west at 10. That's bringing that moisture in from the Gulf of Mexico. And as far as that East Coast breeze, it's not very active right now. You can see it's working its way across parts of Highlands County, eastern Polk County. It will eventually travel to the west, and we do have a west coast sea breeze that has moved inland. When the two meet, we'll see a few scattered storms around. We're also monitoring this area over the Bahamas for the possibility of tropical development. It's a very small chance. It is moving off to the west right now. It looks like the bulk of this will stay to our south tomorrow, but it'll be close enough to us, I think, to give us an enhanced chance of some storms. You'll see a little dry air there right in between the system now, and this is going to be working its way over toward the west, but then this moisture will kind of trail it behind it. So I think things will start to moisten up by midday tomorrow and give us a pretty good chance for some showers and some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon on a more widespread basis. Now, the satellite imagery showing Franklin getting better organized. Now it becomes the first hurricane of the season. So the sixth named storm now is a hurricane. Franklin has winds at 75 miles an hour. It's moving to the west at 12, and the pressure has been lowering. Again, it's 75-mile-an-hour wind moving off toward Mexico, where there are hurricane warnings in effect. 91 right now here in Sarasota, 92 into Miami. More on our weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to the escalating tension with North Korea. President Trump is ramping up the rhetoric, and other U.S. officials are also weighing in. This as North Korea is threatening to target the U.S. territory of Guam. ABC's Emily Rao reports now from Washington.
It is scary. You know, it is something that we can't take lightly.
Residents of the Pacific island of Guam reacting to North Korea's latest threat, saying it is seriously considering a plan to target the U.S. territory, home to crucial American military bases and more than 7,000 U.S. forces.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States.
President Trump with an overt military threat of his own, ratcheting up tensions with the nuclear-armed nation. This comes as the latest assessment from U.S. intelligence says North Korea can now produce miniature nuclear warheads small enough to fit inside an intercontinental ballistic missile.
It is a very grave situation, not quite a crisis. The fact that real tough sanctions have been placed on North Korea, and they're reacting rather violently.
Secretary of Defense James Mattis also weighing in with a statement making clear that North Korea's actions will be grossly overmatched by ours, calling on the country to cease actions that would lead to the end of its regime. A subtle difference from the president, who promised to take action on North Korea's threats.
They will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
And the Secretary of State in Guam also holding firm on the president's tough talk.
What the president is doing is sending a strong message to North Korea in language that Kim Jong-un would understand, because he doesn't seem to understand diplomatic language.
White House officials say President Trump's strong language was all part of his strategy, but sources tell ABC News the exact wording was not pre-approved by his national security team. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
In France, a man is in custody today after another attack on security personnel there. A car rammed into a group of soldiers outside a barracks in Paris Wednesday morning. 6 soldiers were injured, 3 seriously. The driver, who was unharmed, was hit with 5 bullets while trying to evade police. He's now in serious condition in a hospital. France's counterterrorism unit is investigating the attack. This is the 6th incident to affect French security forces this year alone. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, no slowdown in sight for construction in downtown Sarasota. We'll show you the latest condo project that will soon go up on the Suncoast. And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back. He'll have our full weather forecast for the rest of the work week. Plus, Suncoast Parks go to the dogs. Northport designates more than a dozen areas where our four-legged friends will be allowed.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Anyone can jumpstart your car, but for free installation and $10 off Duracell Ultra car batteries, there's no one like Batteries Plus bulbs.
I'll install it myself.
I'd like you to do it.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
ABC7's official Suncoast Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Download yours today at mysuncoast.com.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The construction boom isn't slowing down in downtown Sarasota. A groundbreaking held today for The Mark. Construction is set to begin on the new 12-story condo tower at State and Pineapple Streets. The building will include 157 condos and 35,000 square feet of ground-level retail space. The former head of the Downtown Merchants Association says this day has been in the works for 11 years.
It's jobs galore, and we're bringing people downtown. Every one of these people is going to support our economy, and they're bringing up our tax base for our city.
The project should be complete in about 2 years. The city already has about 1,000 condos, hotel rooms, and apartments in various stages of development in downtown Sarasota. Well, now you don't have to leave your four-legged friends at home when you visit area parks in Northport. The City Commission approving a resolution that designates 16 city parks as dog-friendly. The dog owners will have to abide by certain rules. Dogs must be leashed at all times. They are not allowed near playgrounds, courts, batting cages, or sports fields. Owners must pick up their dog's waste or they can be fined. And all dogs must be vaccinated and have current tags. For a list of all the parks that are now dog-friendly, go to our website, mysuncoast.com. And no showers in the area right now to keep people from going out and enjoying the park, right?
Yeah, dog days of summer are here, though. It's hot.
Too.
Yeah, we are looking at temperatures on the warmer side with the higher humidity making it feel that much more uncomfortable. You know, we're looking forward to mid-September when cold fronts start to come down on a more regular basis. No fronts around. There is a tropical system trying to pop up just southeast of the state right now, and we are looking at basically a nice day today. Lots of sunshine out there. A few fair weather cumulus clouds dancing across the sky here at Lakewood Ranch webcam. You can see that. Not much building up at this time, but I do suspect to see some shower and a few isolated thunderstorm activity developing here in the next hour or so as the East Coast meets the West when it comes to the breezes. And you can see that first part right there, there's some showers. Now, there's a little dry air in place right here in the upper levels of the atmosphere, so that will inhibit a lot of widespread activity from developing. But the West Coast breeze is now right along I-75. A little bit more moisture bottled up to the north of us, causing some heavier storms there. Once in a while, you'll see a shower or two making its way to the west, but it doesn't hang on much. There's just nothing to cause the lift to increase at this point. If I enhance the satellite or the radar imagery, you can see that West Coast sea breeze. There it is right there. That line that you see just kind of coming on in, that's the West Coast, and it's going to meet this shower here. And as this collides with it later on this evening, we'll see other showers and storms developing. And then the gust fronts from those will create other isolated storms, similar to what we saw last night. I mentioned that dry air. There's a little sliver of it right there extending across South Florida right now and into Central Florida. A large area of dry air is now kind of inhibiting this tropical system from developing. And we have Franklin, which is now intensified to the first hurricane of the season. Well, currently at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, it's sunny, it's hot, it's 91. The dew point temperature way up there at 75, and the pressure 30.01 inches. The high today was in the low to mid-90s across most of the area. 74 in Jacksonville with some rain nearby. Forecast for Thursday does call for generally sunny skies in the morning. Temperatures warming a couple degrees above average, and then we'll see a few scattered showers and storms in play. Mentioned the tropics. This is an area of concern now. The Hurricane Center is starting to bump up its prospects in terms of that developing into Gert down the road. Franklin set to make landfall sometime, looks like late tonight, but more so on Thursday morning. And then another little area has just popped up near the Bahamas that the Hurricane Center is giving about a 10% chance of developing as it makes its way west. But boy, this really exploded to some big storms. At one point we saw an eye develop, and it's moving to the west at 12. This is the pressure's been dropping too, 984 millibars, and the forecast calls for it to make landfall again sometime in the morning hours on Thursday as a Category 1 hurricane, then bring some torrential rains throughout that area. Well, elsewhere we're watching this. I mentioned this little disturbance that we have been monitoring for the past week now as it makes its way across the Atlantic. And as far as the overall picture goes with it, it's not that well organized at this point. So the next 2 days, the chances of it developing 10%, but a pretty good chance of developing in the next 5 days. And the forecast looks good for Florida. It takes it off to the northwest, kind of bends around this area of high pressure to the east of Bermuda, the Bermuda High, and then it just misses the Carolina coast if this is what the models are suggesting right now. Only a couple keep it south. We'll see how it plays out. If it doesn't develop into anything, there's more than likely that moisture is just going to kind of keep working off to the west. So we'll watch it over the upcoming several days. We'll know more by Saturday as to what it's going to do. For us, a few scattered showers, a few storms around here this evening. We had a great light show last night, late, right around midnight. Could see another one, not nearly as impressive, though, due to the slightly drier air in place. East winds turn to the northwest at 10 knots, and we'll have a light chop on the bays and inland waters. Tides upcoming, low tide 9:09. That's tonight, 8:14. That will be your sunset. Partly cloudy, scattered showers, a few storms possible. 78, and then tomorrow, another partly cloudy day. A better chance for scattered storms. That dry air kind of moves on. 91 for your high, and the extended forecast calling for pretty good bet for scattered storms right through the next 6 days after we get through Thursday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. In health news tonight, more young people are dying of colorectal cancer, and researchers don't know why yet. In recent years, reports have consistently shown colorectal cancer rates have been rising in Americans under the age of 55. Now, a new study finds that not only are cases increasing, but deaths from colorectal cancer are also on the rise in this age group. Researchers say the findings are particularly worrisome because this means the increase in diagnoses is not solely the result of more screening with colonoscopies. They're also worried about the increase in deaths in people in their 50s because screening has been recommended to start at the age of 50 for decades. The Food and Drug Administration has approved a new drug to treat ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Radicava is now available in the U.S. The mother of a man who inspired the Ice Bucket Challenge has been working for Radicava's approval. She says the FDA fast-tracked the approval of the drug, foregoing the clinical trial in America. That saved money and, more important for ALS patients, time.
It's never a good time to get an ALS diagnosis, but today that diagnosis is different than it has been for 150 years. That's progress and that's hope.
Radicava is the first drug to treat ALS that the FDA has approved in more than 20 years. Coming up, a semi-crash spills dozens of pigs on a highway, and now how the driver was able to escape the fiery crash. Plus, a monster truck to the rescue. The souped-up vehicle is called in to help save some flood victims. We'll show you more right after this.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's Lincoln Summer Sales Event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
A fiery crash in Louisville, Kentucky. A semi-truck that was hauling more than 100 pigs overturned on Interstate 65 this morning. That semi then caught fire. Authorities say the driver was able to get out before the truck burst into flames. But some of the pigs died in the crash while others were roaming the highway. The ramp was closed for several hours while crews cleared that scene. Well, this is a cat lover's dream. The city of St. Paul, Minnesota held its annual Cat Video Festival last night. A big crowd came out to a baseball field to watch cat videos on a big screen. This is the second year for St. Paul Saints held the Copycat event. The original festival was created back in 2012 by the Walker Art Center in Minneapolis. Well, playing golf is hard enough, but how about doing the sport in a spacesuit? Well, pro golfers Rory McIlroy and Sergio Garcia were game and taking part in a promotional event earlier this week as part of the PGA Championship week. Despite the bulky suits, the golfers were still able to hit some golf balls, in fact, hit them very far. McIlroy says he hit a driver in that suit and claims it went more than 300 yards. That's pretty amazing. Well, we're used to seeing them do tricks in an arena, but this monster truck is being used to help people who are in trouble. A man in Houston, Texas is using his friend's monster truck to help those stranded by floodwaters. The oversized vehicle was able to easily tow a delivery truck along an interstate. The truck had been stranded for hours there, but tow truck drivers could not get through to the high water to get to that truck. Well, the monster truck towed 2 other vehicles to dry land in the aftermath of yesterday's floodwaters there in Houston. Pretty good tool to have during a flood. Still to come in your Suncoast News, new safety gear for a new school year. What's different about the new helmets purchased for the Venice High School football players? That story coming up next.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. 2 adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Players Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful.
That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me. Look, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.